In the last episode, we have expanded our power production quite a bit. We've built a lot of solar panels, and we wasted pretty much all of our metal. We also built the telescope. We are about to build the meteor laser, which I believe has a very limited range. If I build that here... Well, if I build that somewhere... Yeah, there we can see the range. It's actually quite big. I'm pleasantly surprised to see that. I don't know why I can't fit it in here. But yeah, this will actually cover most of the base. This as well. There would be some parts of it that are not covered, but it looks like it even covers that bit over there. So that would be a pretty cool idea to have. Let's put that down. And I believe as long as I don't actually connect it to anything, it won't be built. Although people may carry resources over, so we might as well build that. And I wish I could see how much it consumes as well. But that does not seem to be the case here. Just reset my countdown. I don't know how frequent meteors actually strike here, so I don't know how well or how sufficient one of those is going to be for now. But we'll find out sooner or later. Probably sooner than later. I also don't know if it only attacks meteorites that would hit you or not, so that's another thing we're going to find out. Or like, if a meteor is going to hit this bit of the mountain, it would not need to be destroyed, so there's technically no need to shoot at it. On the other hand, I really can't tell, so who knows. We seem to have plenty of... Ah, it's only one crate. It's only one crate of ores. And really, this looks like you could definitely fit a laser in here. Anyway, we need to build another thing. I could actually build the airlock this way. I could build the storage unit later. Which would mean things would have to be carried quite a long distance here, but I guess there are worse problems. Can I see how full this is? Yeah, we still have plenty of storage space left here, and come on, here. I gotta give the game that much. The storage space is huge. Like, you never really run out of it, as far as I've seen. Or at least it's pretty difficult to actually run out of storage space at any given time. But I think it's only worth building the big landing pad now, or as soon as possible, because we do need those. We do need those. Okay, we'll put that there. We need those patents. We need those bots in order to produce more of the, or in order to free up some of our resources, some of our workers, and some of our engineers, for example. Because we need to have the engineers busy all the time. We need them to build things, we need to build robots, and I would rather have them do that than run around out here doing all the other stuff, which is also dangerous. They can very easily be killed in here. If they get trapped out here, for example, by a sandstorm, this may actually hit them pretty hard. And I mean, they're also pretty slow outside. Also pretty slow inside, but it doesn't matter that much inside. I'm also glad there's no memory effect or anything in those power collectors. I mean, imagine them deteriorating quite quickly with every recharge cycle. That would really suck. Also, something that could really screw with us now would be sandstorm that knocked out the solar panels, or a few very, very strategic meteor strikes early in the day when our power grid is still very, very low on power. I mean, you can see it here. We have barely any power sitting in those collectors, although this one's still full. But yeah, if that got knocked out now, we would have a lot of trouble. I'm gonna say that as it is. But I hate the sound of those meteors. It was over there. Well, we will soon, hopefully, know what we are capable of, or what the anti-meteor laser is capable of, as soon as we got the metal for this stuff. At least we can see the range, so yeah, this dormitory would not be protected, so something over here would also probably be a good idea. Can I build one in there? I'm not gonna start a construction there, but I can't even build it here. Although I would suppose that on this mountain would be an obvious place for an anti-meteor laser for me. Not. Yeah, I would have to put it here. And I wish there was some kind of snapping to position. And I wish I could zoom out here. Because I kind of have to go that way. There is no way, apparently, that allows me to feasibly protect this. I can put it here. But I'm not going to. I was wondering if I could protect this dormitory here, because people seem to... I was about to say people seem to love hanging out in here, but right now they don't. And there's always something busy. I love that about this kind of strategy games. I love it when things are just... when people are just running around, being busy and productive, or not. Just doing things. Like watching a very, very quickly scrolling Planet News, news band thing, which apparently never has any news. So the planet must be bloody boring. We also don't seem to have any wind. And I'm not sure if we are low on food or not, because I still see a lot of people with those orange food symbols, and I believe it might be a good idea to place a second... Yep, definitely need a second food maker here. So I'm going to go and make a meal maker. I can't put a meal maker in here anymore. Well, that sucks to be a drinking fountain then. I want to disable that. Yes, completely remove it. Okay, I also want to remove that potted plant. Be gone, plant. We need a meal maker here. Can I put another plant over there? I can. Can I put a drinking fountain? I can also do that. That seems unnecessary, but we'll go with it. I also hate how this always zooms back in. Okay, and the same goes for this. We need a second meal maker, and we can't have a second meal maker, so we'll have to not power this down. We have to destroy this. We'll have to destroy that. Then we'll have to build this. As soon as somebody has hauled away the bioplastics. I guess we can start working on here. Oh no, this is not a canteen. This is the canteen. What are you carrying over there? Oh right, materials for the alloc. Okay, here, this. Oh, I think that screen also needs to be... Ooh, that was close. I think that screen also needs to be moved, so we'll disable that. Then we'll add a second meal maker here. Then put the potted plant back. And the drinking fountain. And maybe another drinking fountain. And the video screen we'll just have to put there. Oh my god. Yeah, you're in trouble. Are you dead already? I would hope not. Yeah. So apparently the meal makers were too slow. It's not like we were low on resources. We have a crap load of meat and we have a crap load of vegetables, so it's not like you could just eat those. But we are having starvation, which I suppose means that the food makers are too slow or not sufficiently stocked, which sucks just as much. Also, if you're coming from this way, can you just bring a box of vegetables to store in here? That's something I would like to enforce as a rule. Don't do needless trips back and forth, or don't do empty trips back and forth. It's not that difficult, right? Anyway, we lost, I think, a worker and an engineer, which kind of sucks. Okay, you would have the Goliath turbine patent and another driller bot. I would be interested in both of those. And actually, how much? 50%? No. Bugger off. We will soon, hopefully, get the corporate traders, which allow us to get those things for a lot less commission, which I think is actually very, very much worth it. Because 50% commission is a lot, especially when you buy patents, because those are expensive. I mean, those are one-time only purchases, so you don't have to do this again. Which means they can be very, very expensive. Okay, the alloc has been finished. We probably want to wait a bit with getting the rest going on. With getting the huge landing pad, because it also takes quite a few resources. Was it the wrong button? It would be this, the starport. Yeah, it takes 10 metal, which, as I said, is a lot. You can also build one of those radio antennas. Not sure if you would want a bigger one, but yeah, this is also quite huge. And it will probably go here, and then we'll put some more generating things over there. Only once the airlock has been finished and we have gained some metal. Okay. So, the connection has been built. Actually, there's all. I suppose they also drain quite a lot over time. I don't know what the background load of the base is. Like, if you ignore everything that's running, and then just have the base rooms and the connections, how much would that drain? Can I actually see that anywhere? I can't. Okay, we lost 2 people, which kind of bums me out because it's never a good sign. Also, it should be. Yeah, it also takes away from your welfare. I don't know why exactly I'm doing so poorly in terms of welfare. So I think we're doing quite fine. People are getting everything they need. They can drink together. They can eat if they are quick enough. They can drink. They can do all the fun things. Like they can walk and they can exercise or sit on the bench and stare at a plant or at exercising people. We have all the fun they need. They can look at screens while they're running in their giant hamster wheel. I don't know. They can do all the things. That's my point. They can do things. It also seems that now that we have a second meal maker in all the facilities, we are running... we have used up quite a lot of our supplies. Which is to be expected, to be honest, because all of those had to be stocked. And since each of them can take up to 6 units of food, and since they're all constantly being stocked, I think that explains why all the food is gone missing all of a sudden. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to add some more of those plant pads here. So we have potatoes, peas, pine trees, it's nice, rice, and I think that over there is corn. Radish, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, mushrooms, and medicinal herbs. Okay, so we have 10. That's 8, that's 10. Actually, that's 9, that's a medicinal plant. You know what? I think I'll just go with radishes here. Actually, we have radishes. We want to have... I think we can afford high maintenance, so we'll do lettuce, we'll do some peas. Peas actually are tasty, I like them. Some tomatoes, or tomatoes, depending on how you prefer to say it. The hell was that? Something just buzzed over here. Don't like it. Okay. And I think I'm going to place an oak tree because I can. How's our water doing? That's something I keep forgetting about. But we're still doing fine on the waterfront. We have an oak tree, which is great. We built an oak tree from bioplastics, so I don't think it's an actual tree, but it works like one. It's a very tiny oak tree. But it's growing fast. It's actually growing terrifyingly fast. Yeah, probably... I would probably burn it by now. If a tree grew that fast, I would be worried. Although I hear that aquaponic or hydroponic planting is kind of getting quite a lot of buzz. I mean, it looks kind of interesting. And the idea of growing fish and vegetables at the same time is just very intriguing to me. But I don't have a backyard to try it on. I have a backyard in my new apartment, but it's like a huge apartment complex. It's so the same block shares the same backyard, and I don't think I should put anything in there. I also know that I've actually seen one rat in the backyard, so I don't think it would be a great idea to build or to grow anything there. At least not for now. I saw a hedgehog there lately too. It was kind of cute. Although it didn't like me. I'm quite sure the hedgehog didn't like me. Also, why does that... Oh no, that does not consume energy. I'm glad to see that these don't seem to consume any energy. Would be worrying me. In fact, I would actually argue that those should produce energy because... well, let's just say you could use all that energy that people put in there. Yeah, yes, use it on your bench and sulk. That's okay. Okay, how's our welfare looking? Now it's actually good again. We didn't do much else, but it is good now. And we are actually bleeding food quite fast. Look at that, we are down to 11 and 9. So another thing we may want to build is actually another laboratory, which we should also probably build in a dead end, because that's where they seem to do best, because you still need to have all this space to place the various things on. Also, how's my... Okay, 4.5, this is quite a significant drain. Kind of want to see that in action. Now it's at 0 again, because the engineer left the telescope. Okay. Before we sign off, let's just see. We can put a lab. I want a big lab here. Could be squeezed over there. Could be mostly for meat production, and that is the biggest lab we can do. Yeah, let's put that there. Link it up there. And then we'll probably call off the episode. So, I'll also get into uploading those now. Next time we'll certainly have to look into building the starport. And I suppose it might also not hurt to build another biodome. We have the very large one there. They're quite costly, but I think it's going to be worth it. And let's face it, we'll have plenty of space over here. And I wish we had a larger plane at some point, because I actually like it when they when these you can build your base like almost freely, and then you can just expand in every direction as far as you like. Now let's end the video with a view on this well, somewhat magnificent base. Maybe we can even see something being shot by the meteor laser. Probably not. Okay. Also not sure if that if those telescopes give you diminishing returns. Like I mean, one gives you a 60% chance to spot disasters. I'm not sure if a second one will bump you up to 120%, or if it will just give you like 80%, and then the next one gets you up to 90, and so on. So you're never really at 100%. And I don't think 4 telescopes are worth it, because that is a whole lot of resources you're blowing. I mean, you have to consider the what was that? 4 resources I spent? Yeah, I think it was 4 metal. And then the yeah, let's just say that times 4, which would be 16 metal. Then you'd need 4 consoles for that as well, which would be 20 metal and 4 bioplastics. Although I don't really consider those as much of a loss, because let's face it, we have plenty of that. Then we would need 4 engineers who would essentially man those full time. And I just don't think that would be worth it. Although, of course, I think this is the small... No, this is actually a large telescope. So it does not get any better than that. I guess we could also try to build a smaller one. But I don't really feel like doing that, so we won't. And I will sign off. Also, we just jumped a whole lot of metal. We were down to 2, and now we are back at 5 metal, so this lab should be built any moment now, but not in this episode. I'll see you next time. Bye!